ladies and gentlemen, it appears that Wuthering Waves has been going into overdrive when it comes to uploading content on their YouTube channel. They've come out with things like Dev Talks, talking about the current state of the game in the future. And of course, they've come out with this amazing new chapter Rinascita special cinematic, Beautiful Tomorrow. And I heard that this one is amazing. I heard that this one is a fantastic wrap up to the entire 2.x arc. It gives warm feelings to individuals that, you know, have the privilege of taking a look at it. And I think everyone needs a little bit of that nowadays. So without further ado, we're going to dive right on into it and then, you know, just give our commentary along the side because it has been a long journey. It's been about 10 months, actually, 10 and a half months because Rinascita began on, this is going to throw some people's minds, it began on January 2nd, 2025, and 10 months later in October, it's all over. Call me Dr. Seuss. Okay, I'm going to need to turn the volume up because that music is banging. Yeah, I'm going to need to turn the volume up because that music is banging. Okay, so first things first, I just want to say the starting moments of this cinematic, that has to be some of like the most like classic, like OG sort of like piano interlude that just lets you know that this is going to be a bit of an emotional ride. I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think they could have started it off with a better way. And to kind of just see like the glimmering of like Septimont at the start over here, the birds flying, it's such an awesome callback to the first cinematic that we had in version 2.4. You all remember when we were flying in on the wing ray and then we got to see like the view of the entire city and stuff. This really reminds me of that. I'm not sure how I feel about them starting with Septimont. Maybe I would have liked if they started in Raguna more, kind of like showed some of the ocean and stuff. But this is, you know, because Septimont is a little bit more recent, right? It was only like 4 months ago, but this is still enough to give me a nice sense of nostalgia. So yeah, I mean, it's just some commentary on my end regarding that, but I still think that they're doing a fantastic job so far. Oh, man. The other thing that I like is that they're clearly featuring both rovers, kind of like interchanging them out throughout the cinematics. I think that one thing that Wuthering Waves clearly, right, I think they don't get congratulated or really praised enough for this is giving both the MCs, you know, whichever side you lie on the canonical representation, right? They give both of the MCs ample time in the spotlight and doesn't make it seem like they're preferring one over the other. Even when they upload cinematics on YouTube, they always upload 2 versions, right? One with the male and also one with the female. So, yeah. We got Cartia doing the little bakery. We got the Soul Glad. Hey, who said that Wuthering Waves characters don't interact with each other? Maybe we were just spending all of the versions taking the opportunity to actually flesh out each character's story. Now it makes these interactions that appear across the cast, it adds so much more dynamics to them, right? You've got Cartia over here, who's essentially been, right? We got the full characterization of her, somebody that's been very limited in the social interactions they've been able to take across the past 20 years because they were locked inside of a tower. She, frankly, right, has like the kind of like the social development in a sense, right, of somebody that's way younger than her. That's why she kind of acts like a little bit childish sometimes. Then you got Yuno and Augusta still somehow able to like maintain the relationship that they had before, even though Yuno got erased from history, right? But they're sort of like naturally drawn together as friends, even with those rifts and those barriers forming. And, you know, it's just, you have all the elements of like the Dark Tide as well. She's like the carrier. There's a lot of like complex, loaded, and sort of just like nuanced dynamics that are going on over here, right? It's like, oh, she is in a sense was like their worst enemy in a lot of cases, right? They've all made a lot of sacrifices to sort of like deal with the being that created her. And we wouldn't have gotten, I think, this sort of like a rich sort of dynamic if we hadn't spent so much time across the past couple of versions doing all that fleshing out of the stories. And I feel like now we're reaping so many of the benefits now that it's all finally happening. Pigeon got too much screen time. Yeah, this guy's been on here for a while. Let's move on.
Children of 1,000
Ah, there we go. We're back in Laguna. Now I'm hoping we have in 2.8 some sort of like event. I'm hoping in 2.8 we have some sort of event that sort of like follows up on what's clearly going on over here. We got like the entire squad going on like a victory barbecue. And of course, Brant's the grill master. We got Cantarella making her... She's like... She makes pastries. She makes pastries. But looks like right now she's making shaved ice. If not now, this definitely needs to be like some sort of summer event, right? We need a summer event where we go back to Laguna and then, you know, we have like the victory picnic. Because this would be funny to see in-game. Bu Ling and Chu Yan made it? Why are they making this guy do chores? He can't see. And why do I feel like she's bothering the hell out of him? Bro's just ignoring her. Guys, people were on my case when I said that Bu Ling was kind of like an annoying unit or like an annoying character and that I just kind of didn't like her because of that. Brother, don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Bro's like, get away from me. She looks like a Jehovah's Witness or something, like trying to like convert him, and he's just not buying it. Oh, Galbraith and Lupa coming in. What she got with her? I bet that's a box of ice cream. Oh, that's amazing. Wait a second. Hold up. Ah, who's that? Who's that, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, looks like the Black Shores are here as well. Looks like the Black Shores are here as well. So, think about it this way, guys. I think this is really the start of Kuro Games implementing and putting into play that home faction, that home base. And so, I can imagine that the Black Shores are going to be showing up a lot more frequently in the future. And when you consider the fact that Shorekeeper and Camellia are currently some of the most popular units in the game via, like, ownership and stuff like that, like, they're some of the highest owned units in the game. Hey, I'm going to be real. I think Kuro did an amazing job back in 1.3 and 1.4 to set them up, because yeah, now I think everyone's just looking forward to whenever they're gonna come back on the screen. This butterfly showing up is going to be like some of the hypest moments of every single story arc in the future, because this is always the sign. You see like her butterfly like just landing on somebody's shoulder, and then you know some shit is about to go down. Oh, boy. Okay, yeah, so that Black Shores and Calcharo were actually here the entire time. They were actually here the entire time, watching Brant almost chop his fingers off. Amazing. That's Alto? Who said that? You blind motherfucker. What do you mean? What do you mean this is Alto? Why do you think I said Calcharo was there too? Blind ass. Oh, hold up. Okay, this needs to be in-game. This needs to be in-game. Bro, she's just watching him. Wait, bro, she's obsessed. Bro, she's obsessed. Hey, I guess all the people that were saying, right, that she still had a thing for the Rover, you guys were right. Hey, it's canon. It's true. She's still not over it. She's still not over it. We're like in the middle seasons of How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, we're not close to the ending yet, but I think she's gonna be back in the picture real soon, ladies and gentlemen. I think there's a reason why she was playable. And while during the 2.5 patch and the 2.7 one, right, where she showed some clear aggression towards us, yeah, I still remember when she popped us in the middle of that 2.7 quest with that flower. Yeah, I don't know, bro. It seems like she wants to... I'm just gonna be real. This is creepy as shit. I know this is supposed to be like all happy-go-lucky, do-goody and stuff. I got a warm feeling from this, but yeah, this is a little bit creepy. Joy that lasts forever. She'll be back. Yeah, she'll be back. I like that they made Cartia such a big feature across the trailer. I'm pretty sure that Cartia is kind of meant to be, I think everyone knows it, the main character of the Septimont arc. And that characterization, that implementation into the plot, that significance to the plot, I think is something that I think it was masterfully done across the entire 2.x arc. And when this unit finally fucking reruns, I think her banner is going to be nuts. I'm just going to be real with you. When she reruns, if she ever fucking reruns, because she was released in version 2.4 and well, most units have reran within like 2 or 3 patches since they launched. Yeah, she's going to pop off, brother. Wait, I'm sorry. I need to get that last ending shot. I wish they had, like, Frolova or, like, maybe Hecate just, like, in the corner over here. I would have, that would have really been the cherry on top for me, is if, like, Hecate was, like, in the background over there. Yeah. That feels good. That feels really satisfying. And how I feel about this is that it would have been nice if there was something like this for Huang Long and Jinzhou as well. But I feel like we just didn't have enough time to actually get to, like, know the characters with those sort of, like, in-depth companion and story quests that we were able to go on in 2.0. And like I said before, the impact of, like, the character interactions, we got Galbraina and, like, Augusta over here, right, sharing a meal, something that they probably haven't done in literally, like, 2, 3, 4 decades, when you think about it, right? Like, it might have been 2 decades since they've ever shared a meal like this, when Murmur's Town was destroyed. It's, like, the significance of interactions like this, I feel like, will get lost on the... Nice shot, Kuro Games. We'll get lost on the... Also a nice shot. Wait, this has to be intentional now that I think about it. Like, the significance of these interactions with all of these different... Like, we know that Lupa's an alcoholic, right? Like, that's, like, a part of her character. We also know Brant's one as well. It's like, without all of that time in those story quests, to actually have those one-on-one moments with the units... When you finally see them interact, it doesn't have as much significance unless that story exposure has already been had. And now that we've gone through the entire gauntlet, we've had all of these, you know, people complained about, like, you know, the yap, people complained about all of that. I think we're getting the dividends. I think we're getting a return on the investment of the time that we've had across this entire year. And the end result is, I think, this is one of the most satisfying region updates we've ever had in gacha history. I think people will look back on Rinascita. I think people will look back on 2.0 and Septimont with just, like, this is how it should be done. And hopefully, the gacha space as a whole, right, is able to learn from the incredible work that Kuro Games has done to improve their further regions moving forward. Because this is better than any region I've ever seen in Genshin. This is so much better than any region I've ever seen in Honkai Star Rail. This is miles, leaps, like fucking gigantic, like supersonic, like Iron Man leaps ahead of Zenless Zone Zero and whatever the fuck is going on in their 2.0, storyline. And it's just, you look back on it, it absolutely clears everything that's been made before in the gacha space. And so, do those complaints really make that much sense? Oh, man, I really need Lupa to show up here for a 2-minute dialogue. Oh, I really needed Rosia and Brant to come in for a 30-second cameo. This quest was garbage because that didn't happen. Maybe they know what they're doing. Because there's a reason why people think that 2.7, everything happening afterwards, this entire region, is the best thing that's happened to gacha. Maybe they know what they're doing. Maybe this is the right way to do things. Maybe Hoyoverse's story, which has the inability to grip any person, there's very little engagement, people literally quit over Penacony and the disaster that was Amphorius. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. And why don't we use this as a baseline moving forward? and stop expecting Hoyoverse and the Hoyoverse way to be the only way to do things, because this is way better than anything that company has done. So yeah, that's going to be my review of this whole thing. Let me just see if there's something a little bit extra at the ending over here, or if it's just okay, it's just a fade to black. But yeah, awesome job with this one. This is a very, very sweet little farewell for the Rinascita cast. I'm just hoping that they do end up showing up again in the future, and I would love to see some sort of event, some sort of like breakdown of what happened going on over here to fully wrap the story up. And I think that would put a neat little bow on it. But yeah, I think there's a reason why this has so many views and why this one is popping off. They really cooked with this one. Let me know what you all thought about this one, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.